Hi everyone, it's Cindy and I'm back to do an update. It is Saturday, July 1st and I'm done with work. Yay! So my long weekend has started, and if you're in the United States, we celebrate July 4th, this upcoming long weekend. So I'm excited because I don't go back to work until Wednesday. I do want to thank all of my subscribers, the beautiful comments that I have received. I really do appreciate each comment. I read each one. And I want to send out another thank you to everybody who stepped up and helped out a lady who had lost all of her possessions, and sent out stitching packages to her. She definitely has more on the way. Many of you reached out, and I'm so excited that this community is just a great community to belong to, and I knew everybody would help out. So there's more packages coming along the way there for you. Now I'm gonna start, all right, so June 20th, that week was, have you ever had one of those days? Well, I had one of those whole weeks, and it was not a good week for me, and just starting this at the beginning of the video because I try and keep my videos upbeat, but I'm sharing it because we all have days where things just don't go right. And on June 19th, somebody near and dear to me went into the hospital, and I assumed they were only going in overnight, and that person is still in the hospital, and I did not hear from them until 10 days later. And that whole time of not hearing from somebody that you talk to every single day, I just can't even describe what that feels like. And they didn't have the cell phone, and I'm not going to go into any details or anything about it, but they're fine. And once I heard from them from 10 days, I was absolutely fine. But that whole week was just a disaster for me. I wasn't thinking clearly, I wasn't sleeping good, I just wasn't myself. And everybody knows, in my last video, I was working on reality check. And okay, so let's tell you, I got the whole piece done except over in here, this little piece. And on Tuesday, okay, I broke a water bottle that's glass. And I went to just go get the glass, and I completely cut my whole right hand, and there was blood everywhere. Okay, so, okay, the piece. Okay, I tried to save it, and it was not salvageable, and I was almost done. And the cut was, I didn't need stitches, but I don't know if you could still, I have a little, I don't know, I don't think you could see it anymore. There's still a tiny little scar there. It's just one of those unfortunate things. And yes, Tuesday night, I went to bed crying because it was almost done, and I was working on it for several weeks. So it's gone. I don't know when I'll start this again. I don't know if I can at this point. I'm sure at some point I will, because I loved the piece, and it was devastating to lose that whole piece when you were almost done. There was so much work that went into that piece, and it is gone. It's not the first time I lost things, so hey, it's just another piece I won't have. Once I heard from that person, I was fine. I could sleep good again. I was my old self. And even when I was that whole week of just trying to stitch this piece and finish up another piece, I just wasn't myself. Now, I finished an ornament that I had stitched the day before I lost this. So I did this piece on Monday, and this is from Country College Needleworks, and I did this on the recommended threads. And give me one moment. Okay, so this was done on 32 count linen. It's the same linen I used before, but if you look at the pattern, and if you look at the picture, you can see it has people in it, and it's just white snowflakes. I changed the whole pattern pretty much. I didn't like the people. They look like stick figures or something. I don't know, I didn't like it. So instead I just took a snowman from one of the other pieces I had done. And of course I switched out, you know, made the snowflakes different colors. There's white in here, but when you have this kind of background, it's really hard to see on them. I switched this. I didn't put the windows down here. I like the greens. And I made the door a little bigger. I really changed so much on this pattern, but I added a little bead for the doorknob, and it really came out really cute. I finished it with the red chenille, and I did the red snowflake as I had finished my other one. So I have 3 of these done. Now the other 2 I did in pillows. This one I did as a flat piece. So I did get that done, but finishing that piece, I burnt my left hand. I'm telling you, it was just one of those weeks. You could still see I have a burn mark in the middle with the iron, I know. Okay, so on to the good stuff. All right, so after all that was done, I decided I had to have something good come out of this. And there was a piece that I hadn't had in mind for this person that I was gonna make anyway. And it's a pattern by Hands On Designs from Cathy Habermann, and it's called Seize the Day. Now this was done on 28 count Summer Sky Joe Vuli, and I used all of the recommended threads. This piece, I started this on June 27th and I finished it today, so it only took me 4 days, and I really, after everything had happened, I had to have something that was good and made me smile. And I was gonna finish it last night, but I was too tired, so I finished it today. And it is gorgeous. I love the colors in it. I love the detail in the sail on the piece. And right in here, you're not going to be able to see it on camera, I did put my initial CD in there. And I am going to have this piece professionally framed. Now this isn't a small piece, but it's really not a medium piece. I consider it a small to medium piece. But I absolutely love this piece. Thank you, Cathy, for the design. This piece has special meaning to both of us, so it's done, and I have something good from all of that mess. The next thing that I'm going to share is my son. I had finished his first cross-stitch project, which I had told everybody about, and he gave it to me to frame. So I went to Hobby Lobby, and this is a Halloween piece. So the frame I got is absolutely perfect. It's just an orange frame, and it says, "Why, yes, I can drive a stick." That's by Lizzie Key. And I added a little orange star in there just to match the orange frame. And I think that is awesome for Halloween. How I finished the inside is I just took the self-adhesive stick board that they have for cross stitch and projects like that, and I just mounted it on there. It sticks there, and it's acid free and everything, and I just, you know, measured everything and just put it in the frame. And it's a regular frame that opens up, and I think that's awesome for his first piece. I do want to report, when he was here visiting me, the next day he started on his winter scene cross stitch piece, and he's been working on it. So he does like it. He likes stitching. He went to Miami this weekend. He's actually almost there. He drove, and he brought his cross stitch with him. So if he has downtime, he said he's going to stitch. So I think he really likes it. So I'm super excited, and that's his first piece, and I will be shipping that out to him so he has it. And it's Halloween, so he could care less if he has it now or not. The next piece was a gift that Mary Rose had sent me a card from Stitch Bliss Corner. And Mary Rose, I framed it. So I did get a square type frame. And both of these frames I got at Hobby Lobby. And it looks beautiful in the frame, and it sits on the back of my fireplace with the other pieces you could see. So Mary Rose, I wanted to show you I did get a frame for it. And that's really all of the pieces that I've been working on. It was hard to lose that piece, but we move on and on to good things. When I was at Hobby Lobby, I did pick up another frame, and it's Americana. And I will be doing a piece to put into this frame. I think that looks awesome, and that could go on, you know, the mirror kind of room. It could go on my display table that I have right now. So that was a frame that I picked up where I'll just do a smaller piece and stick in that frame. I haven't really made a whole lot of purchases. When I went to the store with my son, we went to Dixie Darling. Now I've gone there a couple of times in the last couple of months, and the owner is getting near retirement age, and there's nothing really new in the store. I mean, I'm so thankful I have a cross-stitch store, a local needle shop, but I see other shops from different videos and they got tons of stuff. This store has the same thing all the time. There really isn't anything new. So once you've gone, it hasn't really had any updates. Now I did get a ton of linen there because they do have a decent selection of linen. But Arlene Cohen just posted a video today of her local Needleworks shop in New Jersey. They had so much linen. And that store was packed with stuff. I mean, what an awesome local needlework shop she has near hers. And I wish there was one like that by us. I'm thankful I have one, but there is another one in Asheville. And Asheville is about 2 hours and 15 minutes from me. So the next time I head out to a local needle shop, I will be going to Sassy Jack's in Asheville. I know that they supposedly have a lot of linens and fabrics and, you know, all kinds of things going on there. I did start watching a stitching podcast that Arlene Cohen had recommended, and I listened to it while I was finishing, you know, while I'm stitching. And it's awesome to hear all the different stories and guests they have on the podcast. So Arlene, I really enjoyed those. And if you want to find that podcast, I'll see if I can link it below. But if I forget, Arlene definitely has those posted on one of her videos. So thank you, Arlene, for sharing that. It was definitely something that I learned. I am going to attach a video of my garden, and the garden is absolutely amazing, and I know some people really enjoy that. I don't have a whole lot to share today, but I did want to give you an update on these pieces, especially my son's piece. If you haven't watched my last video, I definitely recommend it because he did a little cameo in there, and I'm hoping in the future he will do more. I know that Dena's son has done a couple of appearances in her video, and that's from half-stitch-cross-stitch Dena. And he's so comfortable in front of the camera, and you could tell he loves doing the videos. Now my son, I had to beg to do the video, so I'm hoping with time he'll be more open to sharing things that he has stitched. And he's actually looking at, he's got the medium piece he's doing now, and he's looking to go larger. And I have definitely told him he has to go visit Heaven and Earth Designs. He wants to do a full coverage piece, but I told him, all right, little, gradually go up to the bigger pieces as he works his way up to the bigger pieces. So it's exciting. You know, I just had to share that. And Dena, it's so awesome to see your son on there. And you know, I hope we see more of the younger generation picking up this hobby that we all love, so it gets passed on and it doesn't get lost. So I'm hoping that it grows for both of them and they enjoy it. Now, that's about all I have to share today. Like I said, I do want to thank all of my subscribers, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. It's definitely an awesome community to belong to. I want to wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. And if you're not in the United States, I hope you're having an awesome stitching weekend. I hope we all get some stitching time in this weekend. And until we meet again, happy stitching, everyone. I'm going to do an update on the garden. This is my herb garden. It's Sunday, June 25th. And the herb garden has really filled out quite a bit. In the holes of the bricks over here, I told you I planted my cucumbers, and these are the silver cucumbers, and as you can see, there's tons of cucumbers growing Little baby ones. Look at the little baby cucumber. They all have flowers all over this vine. I'll have a ton of cucumbers soon. So I'm really happy about that. And I'm going to go around to the front of the garden. All of the herbs really filled out. You got the rosemary, the oregano, the sage. Over here, I do have a big marigold plant. It's just starting to bloom. I got the black-eyed Susans, all the buds. These are ready to all bloom. Back in there, I got sunflowers and my basil. You could see all my basil. I eat my basil pretty much every day with tomatoes, basil, a little bit of salt, olive oil. Yummy. I just love that on my salads. Down in the holes of the bricks, I tell you, I do plant things, and that is a Sweet William. I'm not sure how that's going to do, but it's blooming really good. Got my Johnny Jumps, Nicole, right in there. Got the nasturtiums. I'm sure I'm still saying that wrong. I apologize. These are edible flowers. And more marigolds. Marigolds are edible also. A lot of people don't know that. These sunflowers are getting so big. I can't wait till they bloom. They'll be really pretty. And of course, next to all that is all my mints. They filled out really well. This garden, I just love it. It's my herb garden. And I pick stuff from it every day, so I just adore it. And now we're going to move over to the... My daughter told me it looks like a jungle, but this is the lettuce garden. Give me one moment. Okay, so this is the lettuce garden, and it really is so tall. Look at how big the arugula is, and oh my gosh, there's flowers in the middle. The nasturtiums I planted in the middle. Like I said, I try to always plant flowers in the garden. The tomato plant took over like the whole garden. I didn't stake it. It is a vine, and as one of my friends told me, vines just go where they want and do what they want, and I'll get so many tomatoes. Look, this tomato plant is literally throughout the whole garden. It has flowers all over it, and I'll definitely show you the tomatoes. The rose bush has bloomed again in the lettuce garden. And look at this romaine. It's so big. It's kind of funny. And then, of course, the tomato plant just takes over and goes everywhere. This is my other lettuce. Huge. I mean, the lettuce, it's hard to even show how tall it is. It's amazing. I definitely eat from this every day. And let me see if I could get a shot. Because there's a ton of tomatoes. They're just not ripe yet. Let's see. You could see them all in there. They're all green. So the lettuce garden is doing awesome. Now over here, this is my double bird feeder. And I feed them the black oil sunflower seeds. And as you could see, sunflowers are growing because down literally at the bottom, there's so many seed shells that these are all growing. So I put bricks around this little area so when they mow my lawn, they won't kill the sunflowers like they were doing. And these are all blooms, so I can't wait to see what that looks like in a couple of months. I'll update that. This is where I have the eggplant, sweet peppers, and hot peppers growing. The eggplants are amazing. I've had a couple huge eggplants from this garden already. They're still producing a ton. There's lots of flowers, more eggplants all over the place. Very, very good. Very sweet eggplants. I mean, look at this one. That one's huge. Almost ready to pick. And there's more in here. There's just a ton of eggplants, and I love eggplant, and oh, they're so pretty. The peppers are still blooming. I've had several of the peppers. More are growing. I've got several baby ones growing there. Give me one moment. On the other side of the eggplant garden, I did plant a couple of flowers in here in the holes. I do got a marigold plant in there growing. And in back of the eggplant garden, I have another tomato garden. I have so many different varieties of tomatoes. These I actually staked, and sometimes I stake them, sometimes I don't.
Tomatoes are a vine, and as someone explained to me, they don't have to be staked. They could just grow and do what they want, and they do. These are huge. These plants are getting very, very big. These I grew from seed. So these aren't as big as the other one yet. I started these a little bit later. But as you can see, tons of flowers. No blooms yet, like the other one has a ton of tomatoes on it, just not ripe yet. But this garden, these I planted much later than these over here. So they'll all grow at different intervals. And when you're gardening and planting, it's good to plant things at different times so you have new vegetables throughout the season. Over here is my other pepper garden, hot peppers, sweet peppers. I got marigolds and a couple of flowers growing in there. They are all growing. There are lots of blooms in here. There's a ton of flowers. I mean, you could see in there, you're getting all the hot peppers. They grow in clumps and stuff. They're green now, but these will get all red. They're looking really, really healthy and good in here. And we got another big sweet pepper there. So this garden is looking really well also. In back of the other pepper garden, I do have another marigold growing. And you see there's another pepper. I mean, there's just tons of peppers growing everywhere. And I use them every day. You can see, oh, look at the hot peppers in here. I mean, they're all really growing very good. And this is the back garden where there's the 4 beds. Now this bed over here on the left I planted very, very late. And this was the last one I did. And I planted 3 tomato plants. I think I might plant spinach on the other side. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I plant throughout the whole season. And the tomato plants were babies and they're starting to grow now. I planted them much later also. So if you get a view, that is the 4 beds. It's off of the side of my sunroom and in back of the house. It's a great area to have it. It's full sun. Now this I'm taking from the back of my property line. That is the back of my house. That is my shed. And my property is really very big. I did want to show that, and I'll go in a little bit closer and show you how it looks when you go in more. So I'm taking this from standing at the edge of the shed. That's my patio. That's the back of the house. And to the right is the 4 gardens. And to the left is the lettuce garden, and in back of that, the herb garden. You could see the sunroom. This patio I am out on pretty much every day, and I'll show you my planters and what I have there. Now this is a planter that my brother-in-law made me, and this has lemon balm and more peppermint. He did an awesome job on this planter, and I always grow stuff in this. And he also made these planters for me. Now they have Snoopy on it, and it says a friend is one of the nicest things to have and one of the nicest things to be. I'm a big Snoopy Peanuts fan. And those are flowers. And of course Snoopy again, and I do have marigolds growing in here. Now these I planted very late because I had pansies in them, and pansies grow for a long, long time, and now they're done. And now I'm planting flowers in these. Now this is being taken from the patio. This is the backyard. So you could see the 4 gardens on the right. You got my sunroom. You got the bird feeders and the lettuce garden there. So that is the back of my yard and my gardens. I hope everybody's having an awesome weekend.